Friends, how are you doing? I will be back this week talking about kind of a lot of stocks I talk about on the secondary channel here. But obviously, I mean, this was just, I feel like, I just walked out of a rave and I'm like, what happened? What happened? Because this week was so, from Monday to here Friday, this week was insane. Made some swing trades, watched just old positions, and obviously, I'm going to talk about more stocks here, but just kind of focus on SoFi here. This was such an amazing moment for SoFi. And, when I saw SoFi hit these, just take another boost today, just another boost, trying its hardest to get to this $30 level, which I'm so confident we're going to get it, of course, but this leads us closer to the $40-$50 range of where I think SoFi is definitely going to go. We're just nickels short from getting to $30 at this point. But this is the thing right now that, I've been spewing out my mouth, and of course other people have too, I'm sure, where we knew if we could get these rate cuts going, that SoFi, this was it. This was the other gear that we could not get into here a lot this year. But now that, SoFi is, and talk about the right time at the right place, where SoFi coming out with great quarterlies, great reviews, taking over, partnerships. This next quarterly that's about to come out, this Q3, undoubtedly will be in $900 million range, if not very close to $1 billion. Maybe it leapfrogs into $1 billion. Who knows? We could be shocked by it. But this is such just a super duper moment. That's the best. It's super duper. This right now, if this continues this year, and obviously, for the person that wants to be negative about it, I get it, man. But there will be tidal waves, of course. We need a tidal wave. I'm hoping SoFi sells down here a little bit, because I saw a lot of people commenting today like, oh my God, I should have bought this at 26, 27. I think you'll probably get a chance. I cannot imagine this market is going to push up again. Even Monday, Tuesday of next week, there's going to be a red day here eventually. Wall Street's going to take some money here, but this is a moment for a lot of people that have been here since $4, $6, $10, $15, $20 even with SoFi, because we're finally seeing where SoFi needs to be. We have been watching an undervalued company, undervalued stock, and now finally we are watching just the money rolling here for a lot of investors. So I still think there's obviously, I'm one of the people on here yapping my gums that I think this easily somewhere in 2026 will move into much aggressive, a lot more aggressive positions, somewhere around, anywhere from $50 to $100, somewhere in there, as obviously long as we do get these rate cuts. And two, the thing too is, and revenue continues to move up, but two, I think I said this yesterday, but keep this in the back of your mind that, regardless, let's say we don't get these next two rate cuts, the Feds come out here, Jerome walks out there and says, actually, we're not going to do two rate cuts. He's done it before. He's pulled the rug out before, but I'm hopeful that he goes along with it. In May, Jerome is gone, okay? And I'm not even trying to talk politics. I'm just giving you the black and white picture of what we're in for here as investors. We're all trying to make money here. So regardless, let's just say we get these next two rate cuts, we get them, and then by May, Jerome's out. Well, guess what? Trump's got his boy already that he wants to put in there, and that guy is rate cut, press the button. This dude is talking about massive rate cuts. Trump wants more rate cuts. Now, too, obviously, there's quite a bit of people in that circle right there that do want no more rate cuts. But obviously there will be a new chairman, so we'll see how it goes here in backing from the president, from what they could do. So I expect 2026 to be loaded up with rate cuts too. Banking stocks, I think some hot commodities for stocks next year are going to be obviously REIT stocks because of rate cuts. Housing REITs, housing stocks, whatever you want to say. But two, bank stocks are going to be hot. There's a lot of mutual funds that are going to be doing very well, moving like low cap stocks essentially. And then two, technology is always going to be the factor, the pusher here, obviously. But in saying that, I've been yapping my mouth about this, where I think robotics are going to do really well in 2026. I think we've went through drones, we've went through chips, we've went through a lot of this year's been software defense and still going, and a lot of that will obviously cross over and push into next year too. But there's always like a huge theme of the market in the stock market here every year, and I think next year, obviously, a lot of this is going to be there with these rate cuts. Maybe the housing market really comes back next year. Who knows? But I think robotics has a huge chance next year with what Tesla's about to release here, and then other things, even like rich tech, having a huge opportunity into next year. That's why the stock's moving aggressively right now. This could be just a little bit of the initial, the lost gear that we've been looking for, and there's still 2 more gears by the end of the year that we will go into. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm expecting sell-off. I'm expecting SoFi to push back down a little bit, but that's something I'm curious about too. What is the new bottom with SoFi? Can SoFi, hold a $27 to $28 position at this point, and then the next burst we see in the market, can we, push into a, 30 plus dollars? I think it's pretty safe to say we're getting to $30. We're going to round it up. $30 is coming here, nonetheless. This is really crazy because, this time last week, if you were buying, SoFi, I mean, you are, at this point, everyone that's listening to me talk should be in profit range with SoFi. Okay? I mean, like, you should be extremely close or just like, pennies off here. But I think right now it's safe to say on September 19th, 20th, whenever you're listening to this, we are all in profit zone with SoFi right now, probably with a lot of stocks actually, but SoFi, because this is all new ground. SoFi has not been here. Even back when SoFi came to the market in 2021, SoFi never got to these levels. So this is, we're living it right now. This is what we've been talking about for the whole year. If we can get rate cuts, we can get rate cuts. If we can get rate cuts and revenue continues to push up, or we can get, if these quarterlies into $1 billion zone, everything's coming together. And this is why SoFi is such an opportune moment. And listen, I know there's people because I've talked to people about this. I have talked to my personal friends when I'm like, because people, they know what I do, they find out what I do, and, and I like to talk about stocks, obviously, with anybody, but friends will always be like, so man, what should I invest in, man? Like, tell me what is it? I have been telling people all year, SoFi. It is undervalued. It is underrated. Not a lot of people are putting attention on it like they should. It is the next 5 to 10 years a money making machine for you. And a lot of people didn't push into it. I know one person that pushed into it, and thank God they did. SoFi undoubtedly is going to continue to shock a lot of people. I think what we watched in Robinhood this year, we're about to watch in SoFi next year. Okay? I think that's what we're about to happen. If you know what's been going on with Robinhood stock share price and how that's been aggressive, just watch what's about to happen here. SoFi obviously is very pushing into the crypto, side of things, and I think that's a huge, big thing they need to do. I think that's going to do very well for them in the future at the right time, getting it in place now to where they can use it and pull that trigger when they need it. But undoubtedly, SoFi is growing in all the right ways with, customer bases, everything, and being just a vicious company out here. So friends, yeah, I mean, this video is really just more of celebrating. I think this was just a wonderful day that we had with SoFi. Like I said, be prepared. Even buying this at $28, $29 a month from now, by the end of October, going into November, we'll be in Q3s at that point. SoFi, maybe we're going into the second rate cut at that point. We could be at $40. I don't think that's that crazy to say. I really don't. We still got a week left of September here. Obviously, there will come a tidal wave. People will sell. There will be a reset. There will be a readjustment in in the media will go, but you as an investor will go, I know what I got. I know what I did. Maybe some of you sold out today, took some profit, and you're gonna go like, I'm gonna put it right back in when this sells off. Totally understandable. I think today it's been made clear that we've made the right decision in SoFi, and this is going the right way. So congratulations, friends. God, I love when we win in the market. So good. I will be back talking about quantum computing, applied digital, all those stocks. I mean, my God, I can't even believe what some of these stocks have done here. I mean, some of the other main stocks I've talked about, it's just crazy, crazy. Friends, take care of yourself. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.